go. Hey guys, and we're back with another episode of Open Up with Angel B, where I bring amazing talent from the entertainment industry. And today we have a powerhouse, Cocoa Sarai, with us. Yes,
hey
thank you for
what's
coming.
Up? What's up?
She is not just a singer-songwriter, she's a movement. With Brooklyn grit, Jamaican roots, and an undeniable gift for storytelling. Coco has made waves in the music industry, working alongside with legends like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Anderson Paak, and Nas. A Grammy and Emmy-winning artist, she blends R&B and hip-hop, reggae, into sound that's as bold as it's timeless. Today, we're going beyond the accolades to talk about talents, the breakthroughs, and the lessons learned along the way. So, you guys ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Wonderful introduction.
Thank you. You're amazing.
Thank you.
I have to make it right. Thank you for coming. And we have this thing. We take a shot.
Let's do it.
We take a shot, but it's a ginger shot, okay? We're healthy here.
That's it.
So
let's get it.
Let's do it. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
It opened up. Your throat.
I love me some ginger.
Right?
Especially as a singer. It's like, ginger's good.
It's the thing. Okay, I want to ask you, which song would describe your life right now?
Which of my songs or
no,
any
song in general?
Man, this is hard.
It can be your song too, like something that you're like, okay, that's my life theme right now.
I do. I have a song. It's not out yet.
Yeah, tell us the name so when it drops, we're already okay. We're gonna go listen.
It's called Here Now.
Here Now.
It's called like Here Now. I felt like it's the answer to my song Big Dummy. And in the hook, I'm like, this is what I prayed for. I can't lie, I'm grateful. It's what I moved to LA for, struggle, bled, and stayed for. I knew I was made for it. This is what I prayed for. 10 toes down, I stayed for it. Blood and sweat and tears, yup. Did for many years, yup. And that is why I'm grateful. I feel like I have so much going on right now. It's an insane time. But it's what I prayed for, you know? And I'm like, I'm just so full of gratitude right now. I feel unstoppable, powerful, fearless. And I'm loving the space that I'm in and the people that I'm working with and all of it, especially the women that I'm getting to come across, like yourself, that are doing the goddamn thing. Like, I want to be in community with us. So I'm feeling good.
Amazing. It's a blessing. I was, because we met a few times before through friends. I had the pleasure to see you on studio. Amazing. And but then I just read about your story when you sent me the bio. I was like, yo, I could see a lot of myself, like, because she does everything, okay guys. She do everything, and it's how we gotta do, like we gotta make it happen. We gotta learn everything.
Yes.
And it's amazing to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't wait to I'm gonna be looking for the song.
Now
I want to hear. Okay, so you from Brooklyn?
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. BK all day.
Your family's from Jamaica?
My family's from Jamaica.
I love it.
South Carolina.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How was your childhood? Like your parents? Can you tell?
Yeah. Oh man. Well, it's layered. Really, I was raised by my grandmother for a large part of my life until she passed away, and I was raised in church because of that. And then it was like on and off with my mom until my mother passed away. And I've had so many different layers of things. Like my grandfather on my dad's side, he passed away last year, but he was an instrumental part of my life and my childhood growing up. My grandmother, who kept me in church, my Uncle Bam, who opened me up to hip hop in a way that was like, phenomenal, and he taught me to question everything. So my grandmother taught me to pray, my uncle taught me to question everything, and my mother taught me how to fight and fight for what I want. It's been a great balance. And my grandpa taught me how to live, how to just be, how to be a kid, because I wasn't really able to be a kid growing up. My grandmother died from obesity. She was over 600 pounds, and she couldn't walk, she couldn't bathe herself. So that means I had to cook at a young age. I was bathing her, feeding her. I did not have a childhood because of it, And the times when I got to go to my grandfather's house for a day or two, because I still had to go to church on Sundays, it was like the time where I was literally just a kid and I didn't have to take care of anyone but myself and just be a child. All the days my uncle would come and pick me up and take me to the zoo and be like, bump everybody in the house. Y'all figure it out. She's a kid. She needs to be a kid. And my mom, who is very much like, you are a powerful person. You are an amazing talent. You don't have to sleep with anybody to do anything. Like she used to say, you're not having a casting couch. I didn't even understand what that meant when I was young. I just knew very young, she's like, you don't have to do anything but what you do and be great at it in order to get to where you want to go. So if anybody is trying to pressure you or ask you to do anything else, you tell them to fuck off.
Yes.
Can we curse?
Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
Cool, because I'm a bit of a potty mouth. So bleep me out, But yeah, my childhood was... it was a mixture of things. Moved around, went to Baltimore for a little bit. That's where I got into jazz outside of gospel. And I'm Jamaican, so reggae was always a part of my life. I'm from Brooklyn, so hip hop was always a part of my life. So the fusion of it is a very natural thing. It's not like I want to do this and I want to do that. That's what was around me. Those were my strongest influences. And my mom liked the Bee Gees, and she liked... like Led Zeppelin,
right.
And we were listening to all the reggae music in the house, and Mary J. Blige and DMX and like Tupac and Biggie, and she was a young mom. She had me 5 days after her 18th birthday, so she,
yeah,
it was she had a lot of growing to do too, so
learning. It might be hard for her, but you had your grandparents
as well
helping too, so I'm glad. Did you meet your dad? Or?
I did. I knew him. My father is an interesting case because I used to go visit my grandfather on my father's side, and my father lived in the basement. He would know I was there, but he wouldn't come up and say anything. And I remember one day I'm walking to my grandfather's house from school, and my father was a couple doors down sitting in the yard with someone. And I heard him say, "Oh, there goes my daughter right there." He told me to come here, and I remember I just looked at him and I just kept walking. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna remember that." And I remember crying all the way 7-8 doors down to my grandfather's house. I cried so hard because I was taught to be so respectful to adults, but I was so hurt because you would see me here all the time, and all of a sudden you want to brag about me to one of your friends sitting in the yard. What? You literally don't even talk to me.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing because I didn't want to bring it up to my grandfather because I could tell now that I'm older that he was ashamed of it. He was ashamed that his son was like that. And so I think my grandfather tried to make up for it by being the dad that my father wasn't. So he taught me how to ride a bike. We'd go on road trips. My grandfather was my world. We'd be planting stuff in the backyard because he cooking together because he was an amazing chef. Owned restaurants on both sides of my family. Both grandfathers did. And so my father he's still alive too. I believe he's in South Carolina somewhere. But he just disappeared, and then he popped back up when my mom died. And he said he would be there. Then he disappeared 2 days after that for 12 years up until I don't know, a couple, maybe 2 years ago. He hit me up on my birthday on Facebook, and then he disappeared again.
That's great.
And I kind of, it was at a time when I was going through a breakup as well. And my father hit me, and then the ex hit me, and it sent me spiraling for 6 months. I'm glad I went to therapy about it, but it was more so Nah, you got to set these boundaries because how deep and dark it took me in this feeling of unworthiness and why am I not enough and all of these things, even as a grown-ass woman, it just wasn't worth it. So now he's not allowed to
mess around.
Yeah, you're not allowed to like pop back up when you feel like it. No.
He still had his growing and evolving to do. Because I was wondering, I was like, oh, he was young back then, but
no, he wasn't. He was 11 years older than my mom. He was grooming her. My father was a grown ass man. Now, and this is not from my mother. My mother never spoke ill of him. She used to just be like, you're gonna find out on your own. I don't ever want you to feel like I kept you away, because she didn't. And she never put him on child support. All of that. She used to be like, he ain't got no money anyway.
It's funny because I can see who really loves dogs, because sometimes they're just gonna walk and go outside, but like the people that like dogs, they come and they sit in there.
This is so cute.
And she's matching your outfit.
I know, and it's both of them. I'm like, I don't even want to talk too loud. I don't want to wake her. They're so cute.
How do you think that surface in your music, like and as a woman too, we know how that can, like in relationship, can translate in relationships, like I'm glad you had amazing man figures in your life too, your grandparents and your uncle. That helps a lot.
My uncles, I have like 9 of them.
Nice.
My uncles are amazing. All of them. All of them.
So you had, God gave you a lot of amazing men too.
It didn't replace my father, but my Uncle Bam is like a dad to me, but it didn't replace my father. And it didn't take away that feeling of like, what's wrong with me? Like, why doesn't my father love me? I went through that. Like, dad, maybe he thought I wasn't pretty enough. Like, maybe he thought I wasn't. And I was always really smart. I was always really talented. I'm the oldest, so making my family proud was a thing. And I'm Jamaican, and I'm a part of the first family in the church, which means that you better show up and be on point all the time, I had to grow up really fast because I had to take care of my grandmother on top of that. And when my mom died, same thing, taking care of her. I knew how to do it because I took care of my grandmother, Even though I was young and I was in college when my mom passed away, I had to drop out to help her until she passed, and then go work at a law firm for a little bit to make sure we had the income we needed to, live, And so I think that my father's absence, now that I can look on it in hindsight, I can say that I think his presence would have done way more damage. I think his presence would have done more damage because his presence did when he was even just a little bit, you know? I remember waiting in the window. I remember being a kid and he came around and he took me to get these ugly, I needed boots for school. He got me these ugly off-brand Lugs boots. They were Lugs. They were ugly as fuck. You hear me? And I knew the kids were going to cut my ass, right? I was already a chocolate girl. I was in Bushwick. You get what I mean? Like, it was all right. They was on my head, which is probably why I know how to fight. So it is what it is. You know,
gotta
you hurt
protect
my feelings.
yourself. I was a fighter in the school.
Yeah. You're not going to keep teasing. Fine. I'm going to punch you in the mouth. This is where we at. And, and it was just like, all right, leave that girl alone. Yes, leave her alone, so. But I remember my father bought me those boots and they were ugly. And I remember he took me out to get pizza from a pizza shop. He was like, this is the best pizza in the world. And I was like, yeah, I'm with my dad, He came to pick me up from my grandmother's house, and there I was like Cinderella scrubbing walls and having to fucking not be able to be a kid. So I was very happy about it. And he said, I'm gonna come get you tomorrow. And I waited in that window and I cried. I waited in that window all day up until the nighttime. And I remember feeling my uncle pick me up and put me in my bed. I remember that. And I heard my mother come in like 3 a.m, something like that. She didn't live with us, but she came in and I heard her cursing my father out on the phone. And I heard my grandmother say, I didn't want to tell her to leave the window because I don't want her to be upset with me, And after that, it was kind of like I hadn't heard from him again, and like till my mom died, maybe. No, like around 16, I was like 16, and I went to go look for him, and I found him. Like, come to find out, he lived like 6 blocks away from where I lived. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was just wild. And then
some people are just crazy. Like, there's no
story's
explanation.
crazy. And when I asked about like what is, my grandmother on my father's side, she passed away too, but she said from a child she thought that like something was up with him. Something was wrong with him. And I don't know. So for me, I've been doing this, and living life and becoming a beautiful person, without his involvement or input, or in spite of his involvement or input. And I feel like I'm a daughter, and I was told this, by an ex one time, like randomly. It's like, if I had a daughter, I want her to be just like you. You're such a great woman, and all those things. And I, not even my parents' opinions or their lack of whatever can be so powerful that it stops me from being the person that I'm meant to be.
Yes.
Because I'm not a little girl anymore.
Yes.
And so even though I didn't give myself whatever trauma or pain there was, it is still my job to carry that little girl into adulthood and make sure that she's okay. Yeah. It's my job now.
And now she's okay. I'm glad you had the therapy, and then you figure out, because it's hard in situations like that. It's hard to not project to yourself and think like, I'm the problem, like what's wrong with me?
Especially with relationships, sometimes it'll be like,
what's wrong with me?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with you. People carry their pain to their kids.
Parents are people.
Yeah. They try and figure it out too.
And some of them don't try to figure it out. Some of them say, fuck that. Fuck them kids. So my father said, fuck her.
That's crazy.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. You know, like my mom was young and did a lot of dumb shit too. Like, thank God for my grandparents, But at the end of the day, I am a well-rounded individual, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful I'm here.
And you became an amazing woman, and I'm sure your mom is proud.
Yeah, that's my boo.
Yes. So what age did you figure out you had a talent that you're like, okay, I want to do this. I want to do music?
I was 2 years old, my mom says, when I started singing. I come from a singing family. Everybody can sing or play an instrument.
Amazing.
Like, everybody could. My mom had... My grandmother, my voice is a little off. My grandmother had 9 brothers and sisters. Well, 11. 2 of them were set to twins, and a twin died. Brothers and sisters. And my grandmother was the matriarch. Every last one of them could sing or play an instrument. Like, every last one of them. They all grew up in church. So our family reunions, gatherings, and Thanksgivings and holidays, people singing. I got cousins that will sing me under the table. You hear me? You think I could sing? I got cousins little cousins that play instruments, and like, I'm actually very blessed because it was never something that was separate from me. It was something that was always a part of me, always encouraged. And if you grow up in church, you have a job in the church. I wanted to play drums, but because I could sing on pitch, they gave me a microphone. Here I am. I'm a singer.
Yes. Amazing one, by the way, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, coming from Brooklyn with Jamaican roots, how have your upbringing and culture influenced your sound and storytelling?
Oh, man. I guess, I never thought about it that way. I know that my upbringing influences my sound because it's what I was exposed to. The way that I tell stories in my music probably comes from me writing poetry first. I was writing poetry before songs, and I was singing before I was songwriting. But I think when you listen to hip hop, it's storytelling. A lot of like reggae music was storytelling, and gospel has all of this emotion and all of this love and passion and reverence for the Creator. And being raised in church, my grandmother was very instrumental in making sure that you were singing for God, making sure that you weren't like making it all about you, which means that you had to be honest and true in service to what you were doing, so that way the people in church could feel it.
Yeah.
You know? So it started off with this anointing that I was told I had from a very young child. And that same anointing or presence or feeling translates in the way that I sing in general. So all of it mixed together created whatever it is
what do you
I
do?
am. Yeah.
Okay.
Our colors right now.
Yes, we like colorful.
I like it.
Jamaica. No, the funny thing is, I love Jamaica. It's my dream to go there. And in Brazil, I was the first.
I want to go to Brazil.
I was the first dancer that started teaching dance hall in like the conventions, because I fell in love, and then I started studying. I went to New York, Brooklyn. I went to Jamaica. That I have a story. I almost died there because I'm just like, going to place I had no idea where I was going.
Right. And true, like, I like this. I'm going to do that.
It was crazy, but yeah. So you should have come to Brazil, and then we set up to go to Jamaica, please.
Yes,
because it's on my bucket list, and I just don't want to go by myself. I'm like, no,
don't
do that.
I feel it. That's what I feel about Brazil.
Let's do it. I'm going next week. Okay, and what made you want to move to LA? Because in New York, we know there's a scene there, the music scene, amazing artists too, labels there. So what made you like the weather?
Well, the weather is a great selling point. I remember I had to audition for American Idol or The Voice or something like that, maybe in like 2013, maybe. And I remember I came out here for that. My uncle Garvin paid for my ticket to come, and the hotel. I think it was Uncle Garvin and Uncle Danny. Usually Uncle Garvin, Uncle Danny, and Uncle Kenny are the ones that have worked in the music industry. And so they'll support my endeavors if I really, really, really need to ask, you know? And I'm like, I really want to do this. So pay for my ticket to get out here in my hotel and, whatever. And I remember as soon as I got off the plane, I was like, the weather, I had like a label meeting or something with somebody too. It was like, I was like, man, I'm gonna live here one day. Fast forward to like 2016, 2017. I remember at the top of 2017, I was like, yo, I have done so much. In New York, I had an incredible fan base. And I'd been like genuinely dominating on the underground music scene there for a couple years at that point. Like, it was a thing, right? And so I felt like it became a glass ceiling, because then I would go places or labels and stuff like that. And I remember somebody one time was like, yeah, I know Coco's dope. Everybody knows Coco dope, but I want to build my own thing. And I'm like, wait, what? So they wanted to build an artist from the ground up. So at first it was, I was too dark, And then it was, oh, you should songwrite for other people. I started songwriting for other people because I went to a label for a meeting for me. And then they tried to ask me to give my songs away. And when I wouldn't, they put me in the studio with other producers. I didn't learn until I was like 19 that people did not write their own songs. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but outside of that, New York was just started to become like a glass ceiling, and I really wanted to expand. And so when I came out to LA to visit, it was just like the possibilities were endless, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, 2017 starts, and I'm saying yes to everything this year. This year, I'm going to say yes to everything. And I really, really wanted to learn how artists are making money. Mm-hmm. So this is when I started learning about license and sync and your sound exchange and all of these other things. And I'm like, dang, I don't know nothing about all of this office part of it, and marketing and like algorithms and analytics. And it was like, I was like in school in my mind, like, I need to learn this. I need to figure out where the bread is at. Cause I was a teacher for 10 years, teaching between the ages of 5 and 23. And that was what I did outside of music, Besides that, music was my full-time thing. And so I said yes to being on this TV show called The Four.
Oh, I remember.
After like 13 or 14 people,
Set.
Bam.
Where's my set assistant? Okay.
Right here, chilling.
He's chilling.
After about 13 or 14 people hit me asking me to be on. He's like, I don't trust her mommy. First of all, I don't know what that was about, but I don't like it. After about 13 or 14 people hit me asking me, like, legit, they would come to shows. The scouts were everywhere asking me to be on the show. I finally came through somebody that I knew, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll try it, you know. So I filled out I did the audition thing. I got through. Then they wanted me to sign some paperwork, and I wouldn't do it. They flew me out to LA anyway. I remember because it was like Halloween 2017. It was Halloween here. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I end up auditioning there, you know, and they love me and they want me to come back. We're filming in January at this point. Okay? Well, it was supposed to be December, right? So they bring us back for like 2 weeks. It's a brand new show, so it's a shit show behind the scenes for sure. It was so much stuff happening and so much, oh gosh. Anyway, I met a bunch of cool people. I happened to be in town after, then I didn't get to go episode 1.
Oh, yeah, I was asking, did you get a chance to be on the show?
Yes, I was. Yes. So there was episode 1, and I was supposed to go on episode 1. They asked me a ton of questions about my mom until I, like, cracked and cried, and that was a whole traumatic thing, and it was just like, I don't want to keep talking about this. Cool, whatever. Next, the people that were supposed to go on episode 1, a lot of people didn't get to go, so they sent us back home. So you don't know if you're gonna come back again or not. You're like, whatever. So then they asked me to come back for episode 2. Some people weren't asked. I came back, did episode 2, and because I was in town, this is now in January 3rd is when I filmed it. January 11th is when it aired. So a lot of people think that I linked up with Dr. Dre because of the show. Had nothing to do with the show. He's never seen the show. He's actually never seen my performance on the show till this day. And we've been working together for 7 years.
Yeah, I want to go back and watch.
So it was intense. So what happens is I'm in town for that weekend. The producers are like, listen, you can't stay in a hotel, but we can set your ticket to go back 6 months from now. If you can stay in LA and make something happen, I think you're absolutely talented and you should. So I stayed in LA an extra 3 days. I was like, bump it. Make my ticket for the 9th. This was like the 3rd or something. I don't remember. Or make my ticket for the 7th. I think whatever that Monday was, because we filmed on a Thursday. And then the night before I was supposed to leave, I got a call from Focus 3 Dots, who's an incredible producer and just my big brother, and I love him so much. And he's like, yo, what you doing? I was out at dinner with some of my friends. And I was like, I was like, oh, I'm eating food. He was like, you want to come to the studio? I was like, when? He was like, right now. I was like now? Yes, now. Okay, cool. I get in a cab. I get to the studio, bring one of my friends with me. And when I walk into the A room, Dr. Dre is standing by the console. And Focus says, yo, Dre, this is who I was telling you about. She hot. You know, she hot. Right? And then Dre says, shit, the mic hot. And I'm like, I said, shit, you ain't said nothing but a word. There's something in you when you know you about to go back home, and you're like, I ain't got shit to lose. The contract that they made us sign right before we went on stage for the 4, because it doesn't air yet, it's supposed to air on the 11th, says that they can embarrass me, flip my story any sort of way, like, you know, that it says it in the contract. So you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know, I don't even know what it's gonna look like. Anyway, I worked with Dre that night. We worked on 2 records. It was fun. Like, it was just two things. And it's like 5 o'clock in the morning now. My flight is for 9 a.m. Okay? I done tapped my homie and said, hey, can I stay by you for a couple days? I don't want to get up. He was like, yeah. If you want to, you good. You good, sis. And so Dre says to the engineer, telling him to hurry up because he needed to get a vocal because I was going to have to leave. So I walk up to Dr. Dre and I say, hey, if we could work this week, I'm not getting on the plane. He said, all right. He walked out the room. And the A&R at the time comes in. He's like, Dre's left the building. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, he didn't say nothing else except all right. So now I'm going to miss my flight. And I'm taking a chance. I don't even know.
You're betting, like.
I don't even know what it means. You get what I mean? Like, I don't even know. I don't know. By this time, Focus is left, okay? He's not there, okay? He's left. He went home already because it's mad late. Yeah. You know, he had a family. Child, the next day, I get a call. And it was like, okay, he wants you to pull up to the studio. And it was a different studio. And I remember I couldn't find my wallet. But I just figured my card is still connected. At least I could Uber. Mm-hmm. You know, my money's getting low. You know, but I don't want to say, hey, can I pay for my Uber? Because it's already an opportunity and shit. We work that day. Mad fun, super chill. Next day, we work again. The team hits me and says, hey, wants to know if you want to stay somewhere more comfortable. And I was like, yeah. So they put me in a hotel.
Nice.
Then it was like, okay. Whenever you're ready to go back, he said he'll cover your ticket for you, which was like
nice,
right?
Yes,
cool. And I didn't realize I lost my wallet.
Oh shit.
So, but I didn't want to cut it off because I didn't want to have to ask them, can you feed me? Can you? So I'm like, don't look like nobody using it. So let me just keep going. I told the show had an air jet, right?
Yeah.
So I told my job at the time, or the school I was working at, listen, I'm still out here on the show, so because they don't know until it airs. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get it. So we working for like a week and a half maybe, and then at some point, I realized I don't have my wallet. I'm not gonna be able to get back on a plane.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, you need your ID.
Yeah, I can't get on the plane, so I hit my brother, Tony, and it was like, hey, I'm gonna tell you how you break into my crib. Get my passport out of the top drawer and FedEx it to me. It was supposed to be FedEx in a day. It took 3 days. In that time, Dre's assistant pulled me to the side and said, he wants to know if you'd be willing to extend your trip. I was like, I'm willing to move. And she kind of looked at me like, hold your horses. You know? But I was like, all right, you know, like I was having fun. I was enjoying just working. It didn't feel like pressure. I was able to be my complete self, and I was able to do everything. If I wanted to sing, rap, do opera, reggae, whatever, we was just working on music. Amazing. You know, and that's how it happened. And then every time I he was like, did your ID come in? Yeah, I'll be like, nah. He was like, shit, that might be a good thing. He said that for like 3 days, and then I got pulled to the side and asked if I, you know, and so I went back home and
packed.
2 weeks later, I moved to LA.
Yes.
And that was it, you know? And I was like, yeah, I'm not going back. Whatever I got to do to make sure I'm staying, that's what I'll do. I know how to hustle. I'm from New York. Let's get to it.
And that's how God does. Like, everything line up. Like, you don't know, but things start happening. It's just like...
If I would have stayed on the show, that wouldn't have happened. It was me being kicked off the show, which is the reason why I hit Focus like, y'all, I'm in town, because we were sequestered. So you can't just be... You got to have your schedule together. Yeah. So, cool. Now that I'm off, it was perfect timing for Dre to just be coming back from vacation and for Focus to introduce this new talent or this person that he heard of before but never saw. And
because if you stay in the show, they would lock you in the show and you wouldn't be able to do anything else. Well, for that season at least.
Yeah, or just scheduling. So I wouldn't, you know, I don't know what the scheduling would have been like. I just know... There was something very much like, yo, if we could work this week, I'm not getting on that plane. I don't know who that person was. Like, that wasn't the type of person I was. Yeah. To other people with my own stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. But, like, to look at and be like, if we work this week, I'm not getting on a plane. He could have been like, nah, you good. You should go home. I don't even know why I didn't even think of that as an option. Like, that he would have been like, I think I got what I needed. You should go home now. Like... What? What? You know, but you know, when God says something's for you, it's for you.
Yes,
and exactly. That's it. And I'm committed to the work. Still. Yes. Still, it's not no walk in the park. It wasn't like, hey, let's do somebody a favor. It's like, no, you show up and you deliver every single day, and that's what I do in my own life. That's what I do when I sit down and engineer myself. all I had to do was be myself.
Yeah.
And that's what made it, you know, so beautiful.
And got you where you are today.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and I got a band of brothers, you know, at this point, you know, like before I moved, I met Anderson before I left to go to New York and pack and come back. And he was just super cool and like, just like, you know, like a good, genuine soul. He was working on Oxnard. And we ended up working on Oxnard and Ventura together double time while I was working on music with Dre for like the first 10 months of me being here in LA.
Amazing.
I didn't even know how to drive when I first got here because I'm from New York and you don't have to learn how to drive. I had to go to driving school. I went to the gym, I practiced driving, and I was at the studio from like 6 p.m. to like sometimes 11 a.m.
And that's
back
amazing.
home. It was
because,
crazy.
you know, there's a lot of people that move here and it takes so long until they figure it out, until things happen.
I had to figure out other things.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, it's not easy for anybody.
Yeah.
There's any misconception about LA that you had before moving here?
Not really. I was open-minded. I think I wasn't expecting so much. Oh my God, yeah. And then it's really like, I'm from New York, so we're very much like, what up? Or like, nah.
Yeah.
And when I first got here and I experienced a lot of, and it wasn't like genuine, I'm like, the fuck, you ain't even have to do all that. I don't care enough. Like, you know, but that's not everyone.
Yeah.
And that's not everything. And so there's a balance of both. And it took me a couple years to like,
To
figure that out, like my footing with meeting and other people. You know, I'm very straightforward, but not in a rude way. I'm not rude.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I love this, or I don't know about that, or
Yeah.
oh my God, absolutely. If you say we should work together, then let's work. I'm gonna put it in the calendar right now. If you didn't mean that, you didn't have to say that.
Yes.
I'm not saying it if I don't mean it.
Yeah.
I'm not coming. I'm not.
It's real. You're
telling you
real.
I'm coming.
I like that. Like sometimes people
It's
take
not-
from rude some stuff because when you direct.
Yeah.
I'm saying about me because I'm direct. When you ask me a question, I'm like
You're gonna
business
answer you,
here, and then like, no, I'm not rude. I'm just. Let's go straight to the point. Why you want?
Yeah, why are we talking about the equilibrium of the United States of America in the realm outside of the fifth dimension? Like,
No need for that.
yeah.
Okay, your mantra is earn your sleep. What does that mean to you, and how that mindset shaped your journey?
Oh man, I started that in 2009. It's earn your sleep is what it was, and the reason why is because I just believe in doing the most you can with the 24 hours you have, right? And so if I go to sleep at night, I want to be able to go to sleep feeling like, yeah, I did things that put me closer to my goals, opposed to like I wasted time after time after time after time. And then I looked up and was like, how come I'm not where I want to be? How come I'm not having what I want? But dripping water over time hollows stone. So you gotta just chip away at something a little bit over time, consistency of something, or just do something every day.
Be productive.
You know, do something. Even if it's like, yo, I'm interested in that, I'm gonna read a chapter on it every day.
Yeah.
It's something, you know? So it's not telling people not to sleep. When I was younger, that was a thing. I have to prioritize rest now. That is important. My body needs it. I'm getting better at staying asleep when it's time because my brain will keep going because I'm in release mode right now. But you should absolutely get rest. So I'm not saying don't get rest. I'm saying that if you have a goal, it's okay to go after what you want a little bit every day. So that way when you go to sleep, you feel accomplished about what you're doing.
What are you doing during the day?
That's it, you know?
Be
And then
productive.
sometimes the accomplishment is doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Because you do so much.
Yes.
To accomplish being able to be like, I am going to chill.
Yes.
My brain will still be like, we're doing some sort of leg lifts while you watch TV. Like, all right, that's cool. But I'm not going to, you know,
Yeah.
every now and then, which is rare, but you know, whatever it is, just earn it in your mind so you feel good about it.
Yes. Strange fame is more than a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Is a statement. What inspired you to start your fashion line, and what does it represent to you?
Strange Fame is a song that I wrote around the time that George Floyd was murdered, you know, executed in the streets. And we were all in the house because of the pandemic. So everybody saw it. Everybody saw him reach for his mother, for him cry for his mom. We saw him cross over. We saw that man die, right? And it caused outrage all over the planet.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I was sent a beat to do a hook for something, but I ended up, that song just poured out of me because I was so touched by it. Like, I was staying on a block where I was the only black person on the street, right? On a block in Eagle Rock at the time. And I remember coming home from protest, and there were like socially distanced block parties on my block. So there was a DJ and everybody would be in front of their houses with their kids and stuff. And I remember thinking, like, what a privilege it was to be able to celebrate for them at a time when I felt so much rage and so much anguish and so much pain and so unseen. And I felt like people can be so unbothered, and what a privilege that is to not even be affected or to be however they chose to show up. I just was like, nah, you know. I went in the house and I did that record. It just poured out of me. Like, I closed the laptop. A homeboy of mine named Chinks, that's a producer, actually pulled up at the time. So
I know Chinks, half rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dancer too.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So he can attest to this. He was right there. I closed the laptop from doing the song, send over just the hook to the people that, you know, I just felt I needed to get it out. And they hit me back and was like, hey, it sounded like you was about to rap on this for a second. And one of the verses, I was like, oh, I was. It was like, send the whole record. Cool. I go on my phone and I see my little brother had gone viral because he got beat up by the cops on Facebook. Like, and I'm watching the video for like 4 minutes, scared that he's dead at the end because I saw him getting his ass whooped on the block I grew up in Brooklyn by the cops. And this is not an abnormal thing, right? Like, terrified. I literally just wrote this song, and while I was writing this song, this was happening. And now it has 30,000 views on Facebook. Nah, yo, I'm losing it.
Yeah.
I'm fucking losing it. Like, my baby brother and my baby sister are my world. You get what I mean?
Yes.
And the reason why the song was called Strange Fame is because it was strange to me that George Floyd was famous for dying.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's strange, the amount of fame and appeal that comes with tragedy. That's strange, you know?
That was so unnecessary. Like, I don't care how people try justify if he was this and that, what was his wrong, but nobody should have died in the hands of the police like that. Like,
in the hook of the song, I say, I gave all I got to give till there's nothing left, but it's your turn now, so please don't let me down. This is me speaking almost in the voice of George Floyd. You get what I mean? I gave all I got to give till there's nothing left, but it's your turn now, so please don't let me down. They gonna judge how I died by how I live. Shit, I did my best. This is the strangest fame. Don't let it be in vain.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, and for me, it was just like, whatever. I got chills right now.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
oh, still emotional about it. The call to action for whatever it meant, because everybody can't go march in the streets. Sometimes it might have been the people in legislature that need to change certain laws. If you're a teacher, what you're teaching the children, like how you're showing up in your community, how, like whatever we needed to do. I'm like, everybody can't do the same things.
Yes.
And that's okay. But we all should do something if we can, you know? And so there's a line in the song. I ended up almost getting signed with the label for the song and the whole thing. And I already had it lined up to have merch involved. shot the music video. This was like a really quick thing. Shout out to the producers, Rich, that produced it, and his involvement in saying like, no, you need to put this out, because I wasn't, you know. And when it was time and I decided to do the merch, I just chose a line from the song. There's a line at the end of the record where I say, "You lucky we only want freedom and not just revenge. A billion black billionaires is how you make amends. And for every time that you beat the odds, it's a reminder of the past when niggas used to be gods." Right? And so I made 3 pieces of merch surrounding those things. One that said equity over equality, one that said a billion black billionaires, and one that had the logo Strange Fame, and that whole piece that I just wrapped on the back. Shout out to my boy Curfew, who is a clothing line owner and a rapper, and we were cool. And I was like, I want to do this. Can you help me? Tell me what you know about it. And I really just created it in the middle of a pandemic, right? Then I ended up in a store called Soul Folks, and then, you know, like, it was like everything snowballs, but it snowballs because you build it and you go and you keep saying yes, like yes to whatever's coming through you, yes to the vision that happens, you know, inside you, even down to PR and all of these things that, you know, came with it. It just happened that way. So Strange Fame, the brand, is, you know, came from the song. It came from the song, and it's starting off as a merch line. And, you know, a couple years later, I'm a clothing line owner. And it's like, okay, I learned a lot. I mean, from sourcing the materials and finding the best people. Do I want embroidery or this? Learning the difference between what different prints are and pricing and putting money up front, because I never drop shipped it, you know. I was always getting them physically made. And then even doing pop-up shops where I'm like, my artist's ass is out there, like at Black on the Block. I was a vendor. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, it was just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Beautiful thing, because I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And I wish I had gotten into merchandise sooner, because all of the shows that I did where artists have a point of revenue where they could sell merch, and I wasn't doing it for so many years because I didn't know any better.
And now where can people find on your website, how they can find your merch?
StrangeFameBrand.com.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes I feel bad things happen so the world can wake up to it, because some people really didn't know or pretend they didn't know or that happened. Yeah.
And you couldn't be, because it was we were all in the house at that time.
Yeah, so
everybody saw it.
Yeah. How do you think, I know is a hard question, but how do you think everybody could do to end up with hate crimes, racism? Because the sad part for me is like when it passed from generations, and that's the problem. Nobody born hating no one. What could we do, right? You guys just keep being great.
I'm gonna keep being great.
Taking over the world.
I'm gonna keep loving. I'm gonna keep being a beacon of love, a beacon of light, a beacon of honesty, transparency, divinity, and my whole ass beautiful self. And I'm gonna leave beauty in the world wherever I go. And I love all the children in the world. Being a teacher, you love all your babies.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing I can do is teach, at the time especially, was to teach and educate in that way. And I believe it is important for our history to remain a present force in our lives and in the lives of our children. That's all I can do, right? That's all I can do. I can talk about it. I can educate. I can love. I can, you know, be an example of that. But I can't do much else because that's emotionally exhausting, and it has been for centuries.
Yes.
It's somebody else's turn to figure this shit the fuck out.
And we cannot erase the history, guys. That's the only way we can look at it and fix it
and examine it.
Yeah,
but
and
saying it didn't exist and not examining it does not
You cannot, like, we have a saying in Brazil, you cannot, você não pode tapar o sol com a peneira. It's like, you cannot just pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's like, because we see the consequence.
Yes.
Of what happened.
And
So-
we see the consequence of erasing it and how it benefits people outside of the ones that were affected.
Yeah. Yeah, but we want to keep this in the light. How we gonna keep our everything in the light, and just keep spreading love and light, guys. That's not hard. Just keep aligned with God. God is love. So if we all just believe in that, doesn't matter your religion, what you pray for. God is one, and He's love. So that's it. That's it. So what's next for Coco?
It's a pat down. That's my old work. Left them in the background. Had to do it. Oh, it's like that now. Yeah. If she getting money, she gonna act out. And you know it. Nah, I have a new song called Pat Down that comes out April 11th. And I'm really, really excited about it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. You know, I make a lot of music. This one is for the girls, the girls and the girls.
Yes.
You know, the guys are more than welcome to enjoy it, but this song
it's for the girls.
This is for the bitches, strictly for the bitch. Nah, for real. You know, it's about us, and I wrote it and did the record because I just wanted to feel good. I have so much music about pain, and I wanted to make music about power.
Yes.
I wanted to make music about feeling comfortable in your skin. I wanted to make music about letting something go. I wanted to make music about feeling yourself, like waking up and being like, yeah, I'm her. I wanted to make something like that, you know, simple as that. Something that made me feel good when I heard it. Something that made me feel good in the gym because I love working out, you know. Something that felt like home because I'm from Brooklyn, you know. And so, yeah.
Yes. What do you do? Like, what is your routine to get to that space? Because we know everything that happens in our lives shape us, who we are. The pain, the happiness, the love. And you had a lot of like hard times too, that you could have become someone that is not happy, someone like in pain. But when I see you, you always like a light.
Yeah.
You're happy, you're like confident. You know, you say when you were a kid, you felt unworthy, and you worked through that. So how did you got this confidence, this, you know, like how do you wake up and like, okay, I'm that bitch.
Right.
You know, because you could have go totally the other way and have like a low self-esteem and like, you know, and you turn to this power, this light, this
man.
Okay.
First of all, thank you. I love myself now, I think, more than I ever have.
Amazing.
I really love me. I love me like I love other people. I've always been a loving person, but I love me like that now, more than I ever have. And I also genuinely feel like the grace that I've given others, I didn't give to myself, right? So my routine for getting up and being in it is, one, I like to put that shit on. I do. I like to work out. I like to get that sweat and the endorphins moving around in my muscles. And I like to see progress in myself. I like to see progress in whatever it is I'm working on and what I'm doing. I like to see progress in everybody around me. If you like, by the time you hit me like, yo, I filmed all my episodes, I'm going to be so hype, genuinely hype, like not fake hype. I feed off of good energy. I feed off of good love. I feed off of like, yo, I'm doing this. I'm like, bet. That's exciting. That makes I don't even know how to explain it. It makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so good when it's not just me, when other people are loving on themselves. Because I know what it's like to work for something and then achieve it. Yeah. I know what it's like to try and learn something new and then get it. I set goals for myself all the time. You know, I think a lot of my issues didn't come from my lack of goal setting, because I was always goal oriented. It came from my lack of boundaries. I don't let certain shit get around me no more. Like, you ain't. It's fine if you don't rock with it. You ain't about to be over here though.
Yeah.
I need people over here that rock with me.
Yes.
You don't gotta rock with me. Stay your stupid ass over there. Like, you know, a person doesn't have to be stupid because they don't rock with me. They just, you're not my people.
Yeah.
You know, I care about growth. I care about, excellence and whatever that means for myself. I care about dreams and goals and visions. And I care about myself. So when I go to get dressed and I feel good. This is not for anybody else.
And how did you get to that place?
You know, I don't know. I feel like I've always been a person. I don't know if it's being Jamaican or being raised in church. You get dressed. You get dressed and you put it on. But I think having to be on stages from like the time I was 2 years old, there's something that I've had to embody in order to be the performer that I am, in order to be the artist that I am, and to show up when the pressure's on and say, all right, let's get it.
Yeah.
There's a belief in self that you always have to have, or at least a belief in the practice that you have had, so that you believe in your ability to carry things out when it's time to show up.
Yeah.
Or you fuck up and you learn from that.
Yeah.
I believe that there are more people in the world that are scared. And they project that fear on everyone else.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I couldn't do that, so you can't do that. I can't wear that, so you can't wear that. It's going to be really hard. Stop telling me what's going to be hard for me to do.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you if it was hard.
Exactly.
It's going to be hard.
Life is hard.
Having a period every month
it's hard.
It's hard. Okay? Raising children for people is hard. Coming up with rent in LA that could be $2,400 plus a month is hard. Plus utilities and gas and eggs was $13. Okay? Going through a pandemic was hard. Like, losing family members and having to take care of loved ones is hard. Stop telling me some shit is going to be hard.
Yeah.
So what? And?
Yeah. Nothing's hard for God. And he always provides and make it happen.
Nothing is too hard for God.
Yeah, I'm in the point of my life.
And we go together like
we stress for so many things unnecessary. I'm in a point of my life. I'm like, I don't know. God will figure out. That's how my green card came about. Because the time I had to apply for my work visa to my green card, I didn't have the money. Right, $10K.
Ooh, cheap.
6 months prior, I have to start the process. So I was like, I got all my documents, and before I left the house to go to the lawyer, I prayed. I was like, hey God, I'm going there. I don't know how I'm gonna pay you. Do your thing. I'm going there. I was like, literally like that. I was like, do your thing. So I went to the lawyer. We started the process. I gave my credit card. They passed the credit card. That same week, I was in church. And I got a text from my agent. Hey, are you available? Snoop Dogg want to book you for the tour. They gave the dates. They gave the amount of money that I would get. You have to travel tomorrow. And it was my green card money. I was like, yes. I'm like, I'm available.
Absolutely.
Next day, jump on a plane. And the rest is history. Like, we were working for 4 years. But it was like that. And
look at God. That's amazing. But you see something like that, I'm energized all day. What?
Yeah, like
yes.
I don't know. God will figure out.
Listen, when you have seen God work in your life, and you know God can work in other people's lives, you're like, man, I ain't gonna hold you. It is. I have days where I'm sad or feeling anxious or. Like, dag, I should have did this. I didn't do this on time. I need to figure this out. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm giving myself grace, man. Yeah. I give yourself the grace that you give to others.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
one thing I've been learning since last year is, like, to learn how to forgive myself.
Ooh.
How I forgive others.
Yeah.
Because when people do me wrong and if I really love them, okay, no problem. I always forgive. And then when it's me that I beat it up myself, like,
Girl,
why
that's
did
so
I
real.
believe that guy?
That's
Why
so
did
real.
I'm like,
Why did I think that? Why did I think that was love? Why didn't I know better? And for me, I went back into my past, like, oh, I didn't learn this from my father. I didn't learn that. I didn't da 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 da. And that would take me down this downward spiral of maybe I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I should have da 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 da. And you got to get to a point where you're like, listen, it's something that I'll do sometimes when things are crazy, and I'll just do this. I'll literally do this and remind myself that I am physically okay right now. Mm-hmm. So whatever's happening in my head or in my heart, I remind myself, like, you are physically fine. There's nothing wrong with you right now.
Yeah.
You're healthy. You have an opportunity to make your life whatever you want it to be. You can figure it out. You can wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, I'm going to be a doctor instead. And you can go to school. You will figure it out. If you want it, you will figure it out. Mm-hmm. And if you are aligned in your purpose and you and God team up on it, it's over.
Yes.
But you just got to start. You got to start the steps. Mm-hmm. You got to take the steps. If you sit down and ideate about it too long, that paralysis analysis thing will keep you stuck in the loop for longer than you need to be. And having the wrong people around you that support the paralysis of you analyzing things will keep you there as well. Yeah. You got to have a balance. And not everybody's going to be happy all the time.
Oh, yeah.
We all go through things. But sometimes you got to separate yourself from that friend that's going to call you early in the morning complaining every single day. Like, I got to talk to you after 4:00. I can't.
I don't even have those friends anymore. Like, we don't complain.
Exactly.
We just, like, find solutions.
Yeah. So
what we going to do about
Do you need to... Yeah. I'm going to find a solution for you. But if you need to cry right now, bitch, you got it.
Yeah. We're
gonna get your tears out, and then we're gonna fix it. Okay, yes. All right. You're frustrated. You're absolutely right to be frustrated. Mm-hmm. You could have done that better. Absolutely right. Do you want me to beat him up? No, because you don't want me to go to jail. All right, cool. So what are we doing? That's it. You know,
that's it. I mean,
because life is gonna keep happening.
Yeah.
Whether we decide to live it or not.
Oh no.
You know, you can get wiser or you can just get older. Like.
We're good, right? We good. That's the lesson.
We good.
And if you could give one piece of advice for the young generation of upcoming artists in this industry, especially women navigating the industry, what would be your advice?
Be honest. Be honest in your craft. Be honest and be intentional in your work. It's also okay not to know exactly what you're doing. It's also completely okay to intentionally learn about what it is you're doing. You don't have to fuck anybody to do what it is you want to do. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. If you choose to, girl, that's your bit. Ain't nobody knocking it. But you don't have to.
You don't.
Do your work. You are strong. You are powerful. You are intelligent. And to my young men, I want them to know how powerful they are. How powerful they are. How beautiful they are as well. Mm-hmm. And how impactful they are. You know, like creativity doesn't come from you. It flows through you. Leave space in the room for God to be in there and move through you when you need to. Sometimes writer's block is a gift. It means that you got to go live a little bit longer. Or it means that you need to be focusing on practicing the art of a thing until something flows through. But you got to prepare the space for it. Learn about the business. Learn your business. Why not? Learn. Ask questions. Figure out, how do we get paid? From where do we get paid? How long does it normally take? What are the learn, and don't be afraid to ask questions. If somebody is making you feel like you shouldn't ask questions, you should question their integrity. You know, you're supposed to want to learn about what you're doing. And I would say, learn from every experience. You're not failing unless you're not trying. And if you feel like you're failing, then make sure you're failing forward. You know, use whatever tools you have to get more tools. Use the ones you have. If you don't have a camera and you have a cell phone, use it. If you don't have a softbox light and you got a ring light, use it. If you have one friend that is getting into production, work with them. Like use what you have, because using what you have is what gets you to what you want. Sometimes trying to wait until it's perfect and you have the perfect circumstances doesn't necessarily allow you to go where you want to go. So just start. Begin anywhere, you know?
Yes. I love that. Yes. Just get it. Start and finish.
Start and finish. There are a couple of books that I really, really like that are really good for things like this. There's something called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Habits of Successful People.
Oh, yeah.
Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
Is another one of my favorites. The War of Art is really, really good. I just started reading The Artist's Way. I was suggested to read that book like, I don't know how many years ago. So we'll see where that comes in. But yeah, you know, I'm still learning too. I'm on my journey too, y'all. You know,
We always there's always room to evolve, to learn. We never know everything. And I'm the queen of starting thing, like not sure, but I'm gonna do and gonna get it right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn in a way. That's how I start. When I started doing music, I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna just do it and learn. I'm not gonna be sitting and waiting someone to save me.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
It's not happening. Don't be afraid to fuck up. Yo, honestly, you supposed to. The only difference is now we have social media, so you're fucking up in front of everyone.
Yeah.
But that also means that you're gonna win in front of everybody too.
Yes.
Like, don't be afraid to fuck up. Like, fuck up. I saw somebody say, if you knew you had 30 no's until you got to a yes, how quickly would you want to get to your first no or your next no? And I was like, you motherfucking right.
You're right.
Because there's so many people in the world that are unhappy. Like, I should do what makes me happy if it's not harming anyone, especially if it's to help other people. Whatever, because so you'll do it bad and like ha ha ha, and then as soon as you do something great, they're gonna be like, yeah, like,
I knew you would make it.
I knew you would. You were always the one. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, whatever. You gotta be doing it for you. You gotta love this shit. Yo, love this shit. Mm-hmm. I try to love what I do. Otherwise, I don't want to do it.
Live for yourself.
Yes.
And the
rest it's only you in that casket by yourself.
Exactly.
You came out of that womb by yourself. Even if you had a twin inside, you came out one at a time.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And how we can find you on social media, how people can support you.
Yeah, everybody follow me, Cocoa Sarai, which should probably be on the screen somewhere.
Yes, for sure.
Just my name on everything. My name on every platform is Cocoa Sarai. You know, this new single is coming out, so I suggest you join my broadcast channel. Maybe by the time this interview goes up, it might be out already.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So make sure you join the broadcast channel, join the community, so you can keep up to date on all the things I'm doing. Right now, I have to go get ready for my photo shoot tomorrow, and we doing Coachella.
Yes.
Again.
Yes,
Weekend 2.
amazing.
So I'm excited. Let's get it. Let's get it.
By the March, we want to always support the artist directly. We know, go stream, but do more than that, please, because we know those streams.
Listen,
money is not the money.
come to the concert, get some merch.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It was inspiring. The dogs loved you too,
and I love them, and they know it, and they know, and she knows it. I think she knows.
And thank you guys for watching. We see you next episode, and go follow Coco. And follow the channel too. Bye.
Later, y'all.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. This was Open Up with Angel B. I hope you guys got super inspired with the stories. And yes, don't forget to subscribe, to like, share, all of that good stuff. And I will see you next episode. Shout out to my sponsors, Amplifier Entertainment, Sacred Intimacy, and Aesthetic Studios. Go check them out. All the info in the description. And I see you next episode.